Well, hello, you beautiful rays of sunshine. My name is Lenny Hernandez, and I'm here to usher you into the weekend with some Arrow Nicely News style, good vibes, and happy stories. Today, we're celebrating 71 years of marriage at Hudson Grand. We're honoring some incredible coaching at Gentry Park, and we're burying our noses in a great book alongside some Arrow residents. Wait, what are we waiting for? Nothing. Welcome to Arrow Nicely News. Our first story of the day is out of Hudson Grand Senior Living. Dawn and Anna Willett met when they were just a couple of starry-eyed teenagers back in Pennsylvania. Their courtship began with a basketball game in Youngstown, and within a year, they were committing their lives to one another in marriage. They said their vows when they were but 19 and 20, and now they are celebrating their 71st wedding anniversary. That's 71. They say that they are very thankful for one another, and they make their marriage successful through hard work and compassion. Well, we here at Arrow Nicely News want to wish the Willets a very happy 71st wedding anniversary. Congratulations, you two, on your lifelong love. For our next story, we head over to the Gentry Park Senior Living, where it has been announced that resident Al Gallo will be inducted into the Monroe County Sports Hall of Fame this coming July. Al has been a football coach all his life at places like Bloomington High School, University High School, Indiana University, and many, many more. He also coached track and field, basketball, baseball, and was a color commentary for WTTS radio. Well, when the announcement came, he was joined by his wife Sunny, daughter Debbie, family friend Dan Grossman, and Hall of Fame representative David Hayes to commemorate the moment. We will for sure be following up on this wonderful announcement when induction day comes, but for now, congratulations to you, Coach Gallo. Well, for our final story of the day, we are pleased to announce that Arrow Senior Living's book club is still going strong. These avid readers are welcoming to other residents, Arrow employees, family members, and anyone else as long as they have a passion for the page. To learn a little bit more about the book club, when they gather, and beyond, I sat down with Michael Gutgsell, one of Arrow's financial coordinators, and the captain, my captain, of Arrow's book club. Check it out. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Lenny.
What is it, Michael, that you do for Arrow?
I'm a financial coordinator, so I help prepare the month-end financial close, and I also do resident billing, and I'm the point of contact for 6 of our communities for the ops coordinator and their accounting duties, and I also train new ops coordinators on our accounting policies and procedures.
You run Arrow's book club, monthly book club.
I do. Arrow's monthly book club, we're a year strong now.
And so how did this come about?
I think with many very fun Arrow ideas, Amanda Tweeton, this came from her mind. She knew my love for books and talking about books. It had been sort of floating around in my brain too for a few months when we were thinking about ways that we could engage with communities during COVID, and a book club seemed like a really natural idea and something that I would love to do. So I am there to host and facilitate the conversation. I don't go in intending that I will be speaking on a book. It's like we're all having conversation about it. Everyone is off mute, so everyone's kind of piping up when they have something to say, and sometimes that gets there's kind of people talking at cross purposes, but we get it all ironed out and make sure everyone gets heard.
A, how is it going? You're a year in. And B, how did this book specifically, how did that discussion go? The book was American Dirt by Janine Cummins. Now, This book is just riddled with controversy, is it not?
LA Times writer Esmeralda Bermudez wrote, "My skin crawled after the first few chapters. What made me cringe was immediately realizing that this book was not written for people like me, for immigrants."
It is, yes. It is. Google American Dirt. You're going to see a lot of opinions about it, a lot of mixed opinions, and a lot of interesting discussions about identity politics and representation in the publishing industry. I was really curious about going into the book club, like what the conversation was going to look like, and we did talk about the book and the plot and the writing and stuff, but we did talk a lot about the controversies around it as well. I love the book club group. They're really engaged readers, lots of different opinions, and people are not afraid to share those opinions. It's a very easy to read book, and like everyone that spoke up at book club agreed on that. It was very easy to get into. It was a real page turner. It's really a thriller. It's kind of like a romantic thriller, more than a serious kind of political work.
I almost tried to ask you before we started recording, and I was like, who's the one who decides what books are read in our book club?
Yes, well, so I picked the first book that we were going to discuss, and we had a very low turnout for that, unfortunately. We have one woman, Jo from Wildwood, who came to that first meeting and has been to everyone since. I picked a book called Olive Kitteridge. That was one of my favorite books, and I was hoping people would want to discuss that, and no one had read it at the first meeting, so maybe I'll try it again sometime. So I've got a list of the regular attendees, and I'm just kind of going down alphabetically and asking them for a few recommendations. And so they're giving me either one book that they definitely want to read or three options, and I pick from those three options. Hope and goal is that we can have sort of a diverse selection month to month, so we're not reading like three traumatic memoirs in a row, because that got really intense last year. So now we're going to have like a big epic thriller. We're gonna have a detective novel from the 70s. We're gonna have I think it's like a romance, and then a comedy book.
What is the book that you guys are reading for February?
Yes, so February's book is, it's called The Blessing Way. It's by Tony Hillerman. It was selected by Resident Art from Wildwood. And when I asked him if he had any suggestions, he said, well, I pretty much only read Tony Hillerman before this book club. So I was like, great, let's read a Tony Hillerman book and kind of see what you like. And so we're reading, I think it's the first in a series about Detective Lee Porn is his name, and then his friend who's an academic, and they're solving a murder that took place on Navajo land, and it was written in the early 70s.
What's the time and the days, and how do people know?
Right. It's the last Tuesday of every month we meet, and it's the time is 3 p.m. Central Time. It's over Zoom, so there's a Zoom link. Resident service directors, if you're at the community, they have the Zoom link, and they also always have the books in advance that we're going to discuss. They know those books. So it's very easy if you're a resident to just reach out to your resident services director. If you're a family member, and if you're an employee, you could just reach out to me, and I can send you the link. Are you able to, I don't know, put my email somewhere, Lenny? Would that be easy, or you?
Yeah, just point straight down like this.
Email me, and I'd be happy to share the link with you and invite you.
Oh, we can fix all of that in post.
Love it.
Michael Gutgsell, thank you very much. Financial coordinator for Arrow Senior Living, and the brain behind creating a monthly book club, and the person who kind of hosts the Zoom event virtually every month.
Thank you all. Thank you, Lenny, for having me.
Thank you so much, Michael, for taking time out of your day to tell us all about the book club. And remember, if you are interested, email Michael directly or just show up. They meet every last Tuesday of the month at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Well, everybody, that'll do it for this week's episode of Aero Nicely News. We covered all the bases here, didn't we? I mean, we had exciting athletics for your body, we had fine literature for your mind, and we had a love story for the ages for your heart. Now that we've checked all those boxes, I think we're ready to head into the weekend with full minds, bodies, and spirits. Look what we did there. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. A glorious week next week, and we will see you all in 7 days' time for another Aero Nicely News. I'm Lenny Hernandez. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Seriously.